Alright, this is Boxing with the Truth, and I am the Truth with another segment of Who is Who in Boxing. Well, this week, March 14th, at Grandma Sports Garden, Duluth, Minnesota, we got 6 pro bouts, all up-and-comers. So some of these guys you might not even heard of before. Some of them are debuters. Some of them might be Minnesota's answer to the future of boxing. I don't know. We may never hear from any of these guys again after this weekend. Who knows? But anyways, let's start this card off. First off, we have featherweights. Serwin Ibrahim making his debut. I couldn't find any video on this kid. I couldn't get anybody to tell me about this kid. I finally got one word from a guy that sparred him before. Scrappy. That's all I got. So we got a scrappy fighter debut coming in. And based on your definition of scrappy, I don't know what this kid's going to do. Like I said, there's no video. Nobody's ever seen him fight pro. So it could be lights out, could be fight of the night, or it could be the worst fight of the night. So I guess you're just going to have to wait and see. Well, he's going up against Philip Adaka, who is 3-4. And this guy I've actually seen fight, but sometimes he's impressive and sometimes he's not. Sometimes he knocks you out and sometimes he gets knocked out. So based on that, a guy that gets knocked out and can knock you out, fighting a guy that nobody knows anything about, that is just scrappy, this this fight could be interesting. And it's going to start off the night. Like I said, nobody knows what Serwin can do. So including Philip. So it could be a surprise for Philip, but Philip's gonna have to go in there. You know, he's got the experience. He's got 7 pro fights. He should be able to go in there and move around, maybe confuse this guy a little bit, show him a few tricks, and just come after him and hopefully get a knockout. All right, well, let's move to the next fight of the night. Got Angel Soto, 0-1. versus Carl Deaton III, welterweights. Here's another guy with no information on him. Angel Soto. Now, I have heard a lot of good things about him though. I heard he went out of state for his first fight. He moved out of state and you know, took a hard loss, and maybe he wasn't ready for that type of competition. But you know, I've heard this guy's going to come out guns blazing. He's been training super hard down in Florida with a lot of good trainers, sparring with a lot of good fighters. He's very skilled. He was a good amateur fighter. He can move around. He can throw punches from angles. He's got power. He's fast. Just the list goes on. So I'm really anxious to see this guy fight, and you should be too. Now he's fighting Carl Deaton, who is making his debut as a boxer. He's actually an MMA fighter. But he's more of a counter puncher. He can take a punch, and he's got good footwork, and he can move well. But you know, and I hate to use this, but I say MMA defense. He has an MMA defense. And what I mean by that is he holds his hands too low, not up like a boxer should. And that can cause problems if you have a boxer that's coming after you and he's fast and he can jab well and he can hook well and your hands aren't high enough. It could be a short night. So Carl Deaton could you know, it could be a short night for him. Plus he also lifts his chin when he gets in the exchanges. And if he does that, you know, against Angel Soto, like I said, it's definitely going to be a short night. He will come forward, though. So, you know, in this fight, if he does come forward and he can push Angel Soto up against the ropes and try to bully him a little bit, try to muscle him a little bit, this is probably going to be his best shot. Because, like I said, if he lets Angel Soto get into a rhythm and start planting his feet and landing stuff, we're going to be on to the third fight awfully quick. All right, let's move on to the third fight. We got Lexi Kershik, 1-1. Now, I've seen this guy fight in both of his pro fights. His first pro fight, I was very impressed with. Came out, fought a guy I know pretty good, and he was fast, and he tried to bully him. He's a hard puncher. He likes to go to the body. He'll stand in the middle and he'll box with you. He'll just, he'll street fight with you if he has to. He'll take shots. He definitely is a crowd pleaser. He will fight. His second fight, I was impressed with for a little bit. He was throwing some nice body shots. I don't know if he decided not to listen to his corner or what happened. I heard his opponent was a little too heavy. Maybe that had something to do with it. But he was definitely trading pretty well in that fight as well. So Lexi he's not scared to trade. And like I said, he'll box or he'll fight you, depending on what you want to do. He is fighting D'Angelo Curtis. Now, these guys are light heavyweights. So you're going to get a lot of action out of these two. But D'Angelo Curtis, he actually is an MMA fighter as well. But he has a nice jab for an MMA fighter. I was really impressed when I watched some tape on him. So he could definitely evolve more into boxing because he already has a nice jab to start with. He's in really good shape. So I could see this fight going a full 4 rounds. All 6 of these fights are going to be 4 rounds. Like I said, they are debuters. Or most of them are debuters, or most of them are just up-and-comers. So D'Angelo's gonna, I think D'Angelo's gonna be a little faster than Lexi. So he's gonna have to move around a lot, kind of pot shot him, use that jab definitely. But my advice is you're gonna have to throw something behind the jab, because the jab is not just gonna beat Lexi. So come with some hooks, mix it up, go after Lexi's body, but keep the fight in the middle and move around, because otherwise Lexi's gonna try to bully you on the ropes and put you in the corner and break that body you got down. So, all right, let's move to the next fight. Trevor Marmon, 1-1-1. Now, I've seen this guy fight numerous times, amateur and pro. He's a very exciting fighter. He comes to fight, very good amateur fighter. He flips a switch. That's the best way to put it. When he starts fighting, he will come to that body and he rips those body shots. You can hear him coming. And if you can't take a body shot, it's going to be a short night. And he's fighting Jacob Fox, who is 1-1. And these are lightweights. And we're going to see if Jacob Fox can take a body shot, because Trevor Marmon is definitely going after that body. Don't get me wrong, he can trade. He can headhunt. He's got a nice jab. He can put his stuff together really well. Combinations, body shots, his 1-2s. He has a whole bag of arsenal. So you never know what Trevor Marmon's going to come with. But his body shot is definitely one of his key shots. I've seen him hurt a lot of people with a body shot. And, I've said it before. I like Trevor, but sometimes Trevor drops his hands when he's in exchanges. And sometimes if you catch him on the button just right, you can knock him down. Will he always stay down? No. But sometimes he will. So, Jacob Fox, this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to get Trevor Marmon into an exchange in the middle of the ring. And I know that's what you like to do, because I've seen you fight. So, throw those hands, get him swinging, get Trevor to drop his hands, and you're going to have to try to catch him. Because other than that, I think Trevor's just too skilled for you. He's going to be able to outbox you, outpoint you, move around, and possibly drop you with a body shot. So Jacob, just move around, box your game, and get him in exchanges and try to catch him on the chin and take him out. But this is going to be an exciting fight, because both of these guys will stand and trade. So for the fans, this is really going to be entertaining. All right, let's move to the next fight. Damian Hill, 2-4. Also another guy that was an MMA fighter, but's definitely becoming a great boxer. I've watched almost all his pro fights. He gets better in every fight. He will trade with you. He will box. The one thing that I don't like that Damian Hill does is when he does get in exchanges and then he gets put on the ropes, he tries to slide down the rope and he uses one hand to kind of paw at you. He's fighting Gavin Quinn, who's actually 1-1. And this is a light middleweight fight. I've seen Gavin Quinn fight only one time, and he comes to fight. He's going to stand in the middle of the ring. He's going to come after Damon Hill. He's going to try to exchange with him. If he gets Damon Hill on the ropes, he's going to try to break his body down. He's going to try to headhunt him in the corners. He's going to try to get Damon Hill out of there. Damon, you're not going to be able to paw Gavin Quinn because he's just going to keep coming. So put the paw away and put the punches together. I just watched you fight Corey Rodriguez. I thought that was a really good fight. I thought you did really well. You moved around good. You got your combinations together. Fight Gavin Quinn the same way, but don't paw at him. Because if Gavin Quinn decides to go through that pawing, he's going to put you in a corner and he could possibly hurt you. So keep the paw in your pocket. But no, this is going to be another exciting fight because both of these guys come to fight. Most of the fight might be actually in the middle. If Damon moves around enough, and I don't think he's going to let Gavin Quinn put him in the corners too much. I think that Damon is probably faster on his feet, and he's going to move around quite a bit. So this is going to be another exciting fight leading up to the main event. All right, main event fight. Marcus Morris, the hope of the hillside of Duluth, Minnesota. And you have Brandon Cleaver. I hope I said that right. Or Clever. And he is the preacher's son. This is a lightweight fight. Marcus Morris is 2-0, undefeated. And Brandon is 1-1. Brandon's also got some experience in MMA. And Marcus Morris has his first two fights that he's 2-0. He fought two MMA fighters as well. So this will be his third one. But he's had two tough fights. And this one's going to be just as tough. So Marcus Morris has a really nice jab when he decides to use it. And he's going to need it in this fight. So for Marcus Morris, he's going to have to pop the jab and come behind it with something. Come behind it with a 2. Come up with some uppercuts. Just mix it up, combination. Dance around the ring a little bit. Get Brandon tired. Do the Ali shuffle. I don't know. But you're going to have to move around a lot. Outpoint him. If you decide to put the power behind some of them punches, you might actually knock Brandon out. For Brandon, he's got an awkward stance. But, and that's the thing that Marcus is going to have to figure out. Brandon also throws a lot of wild hooks. And he ducks a lot. So, Marcus might catch him ducking and catch him with an uppercut. And it could be a short night. He's open for the jab all day because of his MMA stance. Like I said earlier about another MMA guy. The MMA defense, which I call it, is the hands are down low by the chest so that they can grab quick to their opponent or they can lift their hands up and throw a punch. But when you're straight boxing, it's not going to do you any good because your hands are too low, so you can't stop a hook and you can't stop a jab unless you get your hands up. So Marcus figures that out right away. Marcus is going to pop that jab and connect every time. But the one good thing going for Brandon is he has a good overhand right. And Marcus is going to have to watch for that. If Marcus goes to sleep on this guy, Brandon's got a chance to knock him out. Because, like I said, it is a really good overhand right. He does put power behind it. He's got a big cheering section coming with him. I've watched plenty of video on this guy. He's got a lot of fans that are going to follow him and come to this fight. Marcus Morris has a lot of big fans as well coming from the hillside. So I guarantee when these two step into the ring, there's going to be a lot of noise at Grandma Sports Garden for these two boxers. This is going to be a very good main event. You do not want to miss this. All 6 of these fights could actually be great fights because we haven't seen a lot of these fighters. What we have seen of them, they're still learning, they're still growing. Every fight, they're learning new skills, they're changing things. You want to come out and see these 6 fights. So March 14th, Grandma Sports Garden, Duluth, Minnesota. The truth has spoken.